Greetings and salutations, Mega Wizard 79 here with some Skyrim gameplay. So, basically, oh man, I have not played this game in, well, let's just say a very long time now. But basically it was on sale, so I thought I'd pick it up. Um, okay, so just a quick little recap of what I've done so far, essentially. Basically, I obviously, went through the whole damn Helgen thing, blah blah blah, Alduin blowing up the whole damn place. Then we went to River. Let's see, what's that stupid hick town called? Riverwood, was it? Yes, I went to Riverwood. Got the Dragonstone. Took care of the little side quest there that basically gives you a ton of money, or at least a good amount of it anyway. Then I went to Whiterun, forked over the Dragonstone, and then after that I came as fast as I could all the way here, because I don't want dragons landing on my head when I'm only level 4. For those of you who don't know, which I assume is, well, pretty much nobody. Basically, when you get to a certain point in the main storyline, i.e. after you hand over the dragon stone and then basically beat that dragon that's attacking that tower, after that, all bets are off and dragons just drop on your head anywhere. Like, everywhere is fair game. Towns, villages, just randomly loading somewhere. Like, hell, even here, like, this place right here, this is a hot spot for dragons. I don't know why, but they are always whenever I play this game, they're always spawning in the frickin' college. So, no thank you. So, anyway, basically, for the most part, I'm just gonna be focusing on the, Mages Guild storyline, and then we'll see where we go from there. Let's get started, shall we?
Cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous, and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry.
And yet you tell me that I should cross it at my own peril. Like, okay, sure. Let's see. I came here specifically because I knew where this place was, so saying that would be stupid.
I am here to assist those seeking the wisdom of the college. And if, in the process, my presence helps to deter those who might seek to do harm, so be it. The more important question is, why are you here? Perhaps. But what is it you expect to find within?
Let's see. So, basically, either one of these questions is fine. Basically, this one, she'll feel like a kindred spirit with you because of the fact that, she's the master, destruction, teacher. Then basically, this is just basically, like, oh, I want to become more powerful kind of thing, blah, blah, blah. This one she really likes just because of the fact that it's like, oh, wow, you're trying to do something very noble, trying to understand the very fundamentals of magic itself, which is the one that I always pick because, well, I feel like basically if I were in this world, this is the kind of thing I would want to do. And then this one's just like, well, when you're, they always put in that one, like, jackass answer.
Ah, the immortal plane. It is said to be the source of all magic. This is a noble goal, indeed. It would seem that the college has what you seek. The question now is, what can you offer the college? Not just anyone is allowed inside. Those wishing to enter must show some degree of skill with magic. A small test, if you will.
So, you can either try to persuade her, and if your persuasion is high enough, she'll, basically just let you across. Otherwise, you have to take the test, which is pretty simple. It's just usually casting a spell, usually of the highest proficiency you have.
Excellent. Those invested in restoration magic find healing hands to be essential. Can you cast it on me? That would prove your skill.
I'm guessing that basically restoration is oddly enough my highest spell. Interesting. I figured it would be destruction, because that's the one I've been using the most. Then again, I have been healing myself a little. But yeah, I don't know that spell, unfortunately.
No? Well, if you think you're capable of it, then I'd be happy to provide it to you for a mere 30 gold. Or you can try your luck with one of the court wizards around Skyrim. They also sell spells.
Sure.
Here you are.
That's actually pretty
Now
cheap
I'm
for that
anxious to
spell.
see you cast it.
Alright. So, but yeah, Healing Hands normally goes, like, I think the, most court wizards sell it for, like, oh, I want to say, huh? Oh yeah, that's right, she just teaches you the spell right away, you don't have to read the damn book. Here we go. But yeah, normally that spell is like, I want to say maybe 100 something gold, give or take. Whoopsie. It's been a while since I've used this. Alright, so...
Much knowledge. Well done indeed. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice. I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me.
Yay! I don't think you guys saw that I got that achievement. I mean, it's basically just an achievement of, you know, just basically saying, you know, you've passed the, test, blah blah blah, kind of thing. So now we just walk across as she's lighting the, well, I mean, technically what she's doing is, she's casting Mage Light and then shooting it in here, which causes these, mystical, nexuses, if you will. Or, no, yeah, I think I would call it a nexus. Because it's basically a, just a well of magical energies. Nodes. No, that's a much better term. Yeah, these are like magical nodes, if you will. So essentially these magical nodes are absorbing the energy from her spell, and thus activating, creating these, pillars of pure magic. Or at least that's my theory about it. Bethesda AI. God bless them. Well, at least she's not pathing herself off the frickin' bridge. Seriously, like... I mean, I love the... I mean, I truly do love a Skyrim game. I mean, Elder Scrolls, the franchise, but my goodness. Their AI has much to be desired. And now she's just pathing back to where she went. Okay. But yeah, I would, what do you call it? Like, yeah, if you did try to just sneak past her for whatever reason, you would get all the way up here and these gates would be closed. To master the gates, you basically have to, get past her. Anyway, this is the Archmage right here. He's a very important person for this questline. Well, relatively speaking. He doesn't really do anything, but... Oh, come on, this is over a 5-year-old game. I'm not really spoiling anything. Yeah, basically spoilers for those who care. He ends up getting, he dies at the end of this quest, basically towards the end of this quest line. He just gets obliterated. He gets shot out that door right there, and he's basically nothing but a corpse. By, that elf over there, to be specific.
You are new here, are you not? We have not spoken. Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Savos Arin, Archmage of the College of Winterhold. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored and investigated here. But I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college. Are we clear? Not often, no. Some risks must be taken to be sure. I am simply trying to avoid untimely deaths. We also must make an effort to avoid worsening what Skyrim thinks of us. Purpose? I should think it's self-evident. Magic is a true power, not something to be shunned by commoners, or treated as an amusing diversion by politicians. It shapes worlds, creates and destroys life. It deserves proper respect and study. The college is a place where we can focus on that, without the pressures of the world weighing down on us. I've seen documents dating back to the late Second Era. Beyond that, it's hard to say. Events in the last several hundred years resulted in a significant loss of our history, I'm afraid. The Great Collapse, as it has come to be known. An unfortunate natural disaster that ravaged the area. The college fared far better than the city of Winterhold, but it was not left untouched. No one is sure of the cause. Some believe the eruption of Red Mountain had far-reaching consequences that were only felt years later. I know there are some who have blamed the college, said that we were responsible. I assure you this is not the case. The Sea of Ghosts practically came alive. No one was expecting it. Monstrous waves battered the shore for weeks on end. Winterhold was ancient and weathered, but it couldn't withstand the sea's fury. Entire districts of the city were lost overnight. The waves receded in time, but the damage was irreversible. Most residents of Winterhold abandoned what was left of the city. The college survived, and so here we remain. Until next time.
But yeah, fun little fact about this place. This guy right here, the first, technically, Archmage of... Well, I mean, I don't know if he was technically the... Well, no, I think he was technically the first Archmage of this entire place. You see, he built this place. Not by, basically, not in the sense of basically, like, hiring people or basically laying down foundations and all that stuff. No. He literally used... His power was so great, so immense. He literally created this entire place from magic itself. Just caused it to rise right out of the ground as if it was always there. Yeah. We'll learn more about him behind the scenes. I mean, maybe I'll find some books and stuff and actually maybe read a little bit about it. But, yeah, basically, Shalador is not a person to underestimate.
I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Yes, of course. I'm simply trying to understand the reasoning behind the decision.
You may be used to the Empire bowing to your every whim, but I'm afraid you'll find the Thalmor received no such treatment here. You are a guest of the college, here at the pleasure of the Archmage. I hope you appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, of course. The Archmage has my thanks.
Very good. Then we're done here.
So this is the person we were supposed to find. And, that guy, as I've stated before, basically, he kind of sort of becomes a problem towards the end of this quest line. More on that later, though.
Welcome to the college. Another new student. I'm surprised at how many of you there are lately. Well, first you'll need these. While you're not required to wear them, you may find them more to your liking than your current clothes. I'll give you a brief tour, and then we'll get you to your first class. Are you ready to begin? Wonderful. Please follow me, and don't wander off. The College of Winterhold has been a fixture in Skyrim for thousands of years. The prominent feature here is the Hall of the Elements. It's our primary location for lectures, practice sessions, and general meetings. The Arcanium is located above the hall, and the Archmage's quarters above that. While technically in charge of the college, the Archmage's responsibilities often keep him occupied. Thus, I run the day-to-day operations. Now, if you'll please follow me, I'll show you the living quarters. Unfortunately, we've had to implement more stringent entry procedures due to some problems with the local Nords. We don't anticipate any real violence, but it never hurts to be prepared.
Alright. But, yeah, the thing she gave me, essentially, it's just the destruction version of the robes I'm currently wearing. The robes I'm currently wearing are just the basic ones. They just increase my magical regeneration and, increase my spell power by 50 apiece. The destruction one basically does that, plus...
Our newest members are housed here, in the Hall of Attainment. I'll ask that you please keep your voice down while inside, as others may be working on research or... delicate experiments.
Yeah, the robes that she just gave me do that, as well as buff my, destruction magic. Basically making them cheaper to cast. Gotta love that lag.
Now I'll show you to your quarters. You're going to be sharing space with your fellow apprentices, who you'll meet shortly. This is where you'll be staying. This bed and desk are yours. Please try and be considerate of others. Now, let's go back to the Hall of the Elements, where most of the members gather for lectures and study sessions.
Now, yeah, about this room. I'm not, I'm pretty sure it follows the same rules as, like, say, your, house. So basically, anything you put inside those crates or stuff, well, maybe not the crates, but the desks, anyway. You know, the desks, the wardrobe there. I'm pretty sure those...
Initially, you'll be learning from Tolfdir, one of our most esteemed wizards.
I'm pretty sure those don't reset after 7 days, because that's usually how it works. Like, basically, you can use any storage thing you find to hold stuff, but if you don't return to it after a week, it will reset itself and all the items you left in there were lost. I'm pretty sure the room in there basically follows the same rules as, like, your house, where it's basically basically whatever you put inside those things, that's, you know, basically they don't disappear. I'm fairly certain.
Likely already addressing the new apprentices. Go on in, and if you have any problems, let one of our senior members know.
Yeah, by senior member she means herself, the lady outside the gate, and a couple of the other teachers. Essentially like the Master of Restoration, Conjuration, Illusion, and Tolfdir himself, who is a Master of, Alteration. Let me see, though. Here we go. No, wrong one. Yeah, see? Basically, it gives me, oh, wait, sorry, it doesn't, oh, right, the hood increases my magicka. But yeah, basically, as you can see, this just increases my magic regeneration by 50%. This does the same thing, but basically makes my destruction spells cost 12% cheaper to cast. This is the novice robes. The apprentice robes, I think, do like 25%. The adepts do like 50, and so on and so forth until you reach master, which does like 100%. So yeah, really good stuff. Especially if you want to disenchant it. If I find the apprentice, if I get apprentice level stuff of what I'm wearing, I might basically, you know, disenchant this. But I'll probably do that off camera. Yeah, so basically this is the Arcanium. This is basically where you go, this is the way to, like, essentially the library of this place. And this is the way to the Archmage's quarters, but you can, the only way you get in there is basically either through, this door is usually always locked and requiring a key unless you, until a certain point in the quest line where you actually are allowed to go up there. But until such time, you need a key to get in. And only the Archmage has the key. Yeah, this guy's just a bastard.
Welcome, welcome. We were just beginning. Please, stay and listen. So, as I was saying, the first thing to understand is that magic is, by its very nature, volatile and dangerous. Unless you can control it, it can and will destroy you.
Sir, I think we all understand that fairly well. We wouldn't be here if we couldn't control magic.
Of course, my dear, of course. You all certainly possess some inherent natural ability. That much is not being questioned. What I'm talking about is true control, mastery of magic. It takes years, if not decades, of practice and study.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get started.
Please, please. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Eagerness must be tempered with caution, or else disaster is inevitable.
But we've only just arrived here. You've no idea what any of us are capable of. Why not give us a chance to show you what we can do?
You've been quiet so far. What do you think we should do?
Let's see, I always go with this one. The others aren't really that happy about it, but, that's just kind of how I feel about it.
Well, your classmates certainly seem to disagree with you.
No, don't listen to her. We can do it. Just give us a chance.
All right, let's settle down. I suppose we can try something practical. In continuing with our theme of safety, we'll start with wards. Wards are protective spells that block magic. I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see if you can successfully use it to block spells, all right? Would you mind helping me with the demonstration? Are you at all familiar with ward spells?
Yeah, I am, because I ended up buying one a little earlier on. I mean, if you don't have one, he'll teach you one for free. I don't think it's as good as the one that the lesser ward one that I have. I think it's just under that one. But it's still a pretty powerful one. But, yeah, I've used ward spells.
Well, then this should be no problem at all for you. Now, if you'll just stand right over there, I'll cast a spell at you, and you block it with the ward. Here we go. Over there, please, just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way.
Essentially,
now,
we just stand right
the
here.
Ward spell and keep it up. Hold still. Excellent work. Well, I think this is an excellent start. I'd like you all to continue practicing with wards, please. I think perhaps we're ready to begin exploring some of the various applications of magic throughout history. The college has undertaken a fascinating excavation in the ruins of Sarthal nearby. It's an excellent learning opportunity. I suggest we meet there in a few hours and see what awaits us inside. That's all for now. Thank you.
Alright, and now essentially we're free to do whatever we want. We can basically talk to our initiates right here. We can basically just continue along with his quest line. We can go and basically, you know, drudge up any side quests that are to be had around here, which there are a few. In particular, like these, basically these three here, they basically each give you a side quest to do. Their quests don't unlock until after, basically we come back from this quest, if I remember. But let's see.
No offense, but you're not looking so good. Are you feeling ill?
Yeah, basically, they're saying that because I ended up getting rock joints on the way here. Fortunately, since I'm a mage, that doesn't really affect me that much. Let's see, for the most part, yeah. It should be okay.
New here too, eh? I'd hoped I wouldn't be the only Nord, but I should have known better. Magic is shunned by most. If it can't be swung over your head and used to crack skulls, most Nords want nothing to do with it. Magic is seen as something for elves and weaker races. No offense, of course. Not at all. I consider it a blessing. My family was convinced coming here was a death sentence, or worse. It took years of insisting that this is what I'm meant to do. Well, look at the evidence. Nords generally don't trust magic, so it's not off to a good start. Throw in the Oblivion Crisis, which was caused by magic users, and the troubles now with the Aldmeri Dominion, who are elves and magic users. And finally, take the fact that the college is the only thing left standing after most of Winterhold was destroyed. It's all fairly damning. I'd better get going.
Yeah, he's right. Thing is, though, basically, if any of you know anything about, basically, you know, the shouts that we can learn, these right here, this is technically magic. And basically, it's a magic that Nords, in particular, are actually have a high affinity towards. Such a high affinity that they actually can learn it much easier than any other race. So, yeah, kind of funny, huh, when you think about it?
You are new, yes? Have you mastered the expert-level destruction spells yet? Ah, this is good. But Jizargo will know them first. It is good to finally be around mages who may be able to keep up with Jizargo. Oh yes, Jizargo hopes to find things that will make him a more powerful mage here. Hopefully small things that fit inside pockets and will not be noticed if they are missing.
ever the goddamn thief.
Mages in Cyrodiil are all about politics. The Synod and the College of Whispers are too busy guarding secrets to bother to teach. Skyrim was not Jizargo's first choice, but Winterhold is removed from politics, dedicated to study. This is the place for Jizargo to become great. There is much for Jizargo to be sure of. There is skill in magic, there is charm, and there is a strong will. Jezargo will be successful. Of this there is no doubt. Oh, but you are wrong. The only reason you could disagree is because you are losing so badly you cannot see it. Swift handing.
Ever the... I swear, these people, they're so full of themselves. But it's funny, though. Anyway. So, here's, this is the
You look awful. Better not get me sick.
This is the Enchanting Master. Of course, he won't teach you a lick of it. This is Phineas, and we're gonna be great acquaintances with him because he is the Conjuration Master. And Conjuration, well, if you all, basically, if you've all even humored a mage build before, it's the most broken thing in this entire game, by far. Seriously, like, very few things can stand up against 2 Dramoras. I promise you that. But anyway, so we might as well just head out and, go to the, the quest place. Wow. I'm so good with words. Anyway, look, we caught up with her.
Before you even ask, yes, I have an ancestry steeped in magic, and no, I don't want to talk about it. Yes, I know Winterhold used to be full of my kind, and no, I don't care that they're all gone now. Does that cover everything? I've just been asked enough questions. I'm here to learn not to explain myself over and over. Forgive me. I didn't mean to assume. Not really. Just that it's very, very old. It was one of the first cities of men in Tamriel, I think. I'd better get going.
Yeah, she's actually one of my favorite characters here just because of the fact that, you know, she's basically here just to learn, not really to, you know, aspire herself to become great or anything like that. She just, basically, she just realizes that she has a knack for this because she used to be, she's from Morrowind, and she used to be part of the Great House Telvanni, a house of incredibly powerful, dark elf wizards. So yeah, so basically, you know, she realizes that basically the fact of the matter is she's very talented in that, and she just, you know, wants to hone her skill and just basically amount to something. Not necessarily becoming a super powerful, all god level mage or something, but, you know, she just wants to basically make use of her talents and all that. But, anyway, so the location we're heading to is right down the way over there. Ooh, boy. I think those are storm cloaks. I think. Yeah, those are storm cloaks. Okay, we don't have to worry about them then. Oh wow. Oh shit. Well, I mean, this is Stormcloak controlled area, but dear God, they just obliterated these guys. Oh boy. Yeah.
If you know any true sons and daughters of Skyrim, tell them to head to Windhelm. Ulfric Stormcloak wants to see them.
What the hell happened to your face, lady? My goodness. Anyway. But yeah. Might as well just, get going. Yeah, he's just basically looking over the bodies and going like, oh my goodness, someone better alert the guard.
What happened?
Yep. Stuff like that. Anyway, but, yeah, they don't really have anything good on them. Nothing that's any value to me, anyway. Anyway.
I'll fight the entire Legion myself if they dare show their faces here.
Ooh, our first, Snow Wolf. Might as well get that level. No, wait, no, that's just a regular wolf. I thought it was a snow wolf from a distance. Snow wolves are basically the highest level wolf you'll find in this game. There's only 2 types, that one and a snow wolf. A snow wolf is basically much tougher, bigger, and well, I mean, as the name implies, I think they're fairly resistant to ice spells and stuff. And anyway, so yeah, this is the place we're going to be meeting. Basically, we'll probably have to wait a little while because he did say a few hours, and he wasn't kidding either. You know, basically all the others will basically join us here in a little while. Oh, that'll be useful. Wait, was that I think... No, that's just a regular old sword. Okay, so let's see, I think... Nope, not that button. There we go. Alright, so we'll just wait an hour. And they should all show up. There we go. Well,
This is exciting, isn't it?
And let's wait another hour. Oh, I guess they all went inside already. Oh, wait, no, there she is. Oh, well, we'll just talk
This
to
is
him.
better than
And
sitting
here
around
we all
talking
are.
about magic,
Shall we step
don't you
inside?
think?
We're particularly interested in the prevalence of magical seals placed on the tombs here. It's rather unlike anything we've encountered.
Oh, yeah, basically
So
he just...
you wish to master the arcane arts?
Yeah, you can buy stuff from him, you know, basically, staffs, basically, just the regular alteration gear for an insane amount of money, dear goodness. Candlelight is actually a very good spell that I think I'll probably buy. I might buy Stone Flesh too, because it's a higher level of, than my Oak Flesh, but then again, I don't think I'd be able to cast it effectively. Mage Light is just a higher version of Candlelight. It's much more useful because it actually creates, you know, basically it creates a light at the spot. Yeah, I think I'll just buy these spells now. Let me see. Anything I don't want on me? Yeah, I'll sell the Necromancer robe. Wow, the Necromancer robes are worth shit. I'll just sell that then. Probably I'm gonna disenchant that later. I have 4 of those. Alright, that'll do for that. Then, you know, as I said, he can train you in Arcane. I mean, Alteration.
Anything. Anything at all that might be of interest. That's why I adore this location. We have no idea what we're going to find. And if along the way my message about the dangers of magic should happen to sink in for a few students, that would be a happy coincidence.
Alright, so might as well head inside.
All right. Please stay close to me while we're inside. It should be safe, but it's always better to be cautious.
Alright, let me just... Alright... That. Yeah, I thought as much. That's too expensive. That one I can use, though, at a fairly okay rate. Alright. Just one more thing I have to do, though. But let's see. Alright, that's... get rid of that, since I already have the... Let's see. First, let's quick save. Let's see, and then we'll go to Saturn... No, not that one. No, there's settings. Ah, there you go. Yeah. We're gonna reduce this down to adept level because, basically my walk up here was not the most enjoyable. It took way longer than it should have to kill a lot of things, and, yeah. Yep, wrong one. I meant to do, Candlelight, not Mage Light. Yeah. Usually, for the most part, I'm always casting that spell because it's a nice, cheap way of increasing your alteration.
I find it hard to believe this excavation was approved. I find it hard to believe that excavation was approved.
Southall was one of the earliest Nord settlements in Skyrim.
You know, there might be gold somewhere in here.
Sacked by the elves in the infamous Night of Tears, not much is known about what happened to Southall. This is an exciting opportunity for us to be able to study such an early civilization and the magics they use.
This is exciting, isn't it?
Are there any questions before we begin? Ah, yes. Well, why don't you see if you can assist Arniel Gain? He's one of our scholars, here working on cataloging our finds. I expect he'd appreciate some help in locating any additional magical artifacts here in the ruins. Any enchanted items will do. The usefulness of the enchantment is irrelevant. If you find anything, the class can look it over. Now let's see. What shall we have the rest of you do?
Hey, for the most part, I'm not going
Brenna, my dear, why don't you search for warding magics? Anything designed to keep people out. Don't interact with them, just identify them. All right, everyone. Let's be careful, but have fun.
Alright, so this is pretty simple enough. We just go, basically we just proceed.
I wonder if everyone else would be so happy to rifle through the bones of their ancestors.
Do you think there's treasure here? Something to make Jizargo a powerful wizard?
Okay, we just go down here. This way. There's really nothing worth looting, if you will. I mean, like, yeah, there's stuff like bone meal and some alchemical ingredients, but for the most part, nothing really, worth weighing you down with, anyway. I probably should have gotten a pickaxe. Let's see. Yeah, this is the guy I want to talk to.
Well, certainly none of this will benefit my research. What? Ah, yes, you. I remember you. You're going to help? That's fine. Just don't make a mess of my work. I've only looked through a portion of this section. You can look around in the chambers just north of here. Try and be careful, all right? We don't want to damage anything. Just round up the rest of the magical artifacts so that I can catalog them. Until next time. It's going to take forever to sit through all this.
Let's see. Alright. So it's pretty simple, really. We just go around finding these little trinkets, if you will. Let's see. Yeah. It's pretty easy, really. Of course, I mean, it's not that easy, just because of the fact that,
Please be careful here. The site isn't entirely secured.
You don't say. Anyway, but yeah, let's see. Since I took, I basically got rid of the floating markers, so right now I'm looking for really small, tiny objects. Like, they're just basically rings. That's what they are.
Watch what you're doing.
Sorry, sir. Anyway. Yeah, there was really nothing down here. Yeah. When he said north, he really meant literally just
Please
north
be
of
careful here. The site isn't entirely secured.
Let's see. Because that's one of the items, but I really want to find the other silly little rings. I think it sounds like they're really, really small. Ah, there's one. Like, I don't really need to find all of them. I mean, that... Ah, there's another one. Okay, and the other one... It's like right here. Oh, no, that's that one. The ring should be like here somewhere. There we go. Okay. These rings are actually kind of okay. Essentially, all they do is they just give you more magic. Sorry, no, they increase your health. That's what they do. So they're kind of useful. This here, though, this is the gold one. This is a very useful one. And the thing closes behind me. But yeah, this amulet is actually very useful. A very good one for the starting off. As you can see, it reduces all your spells by 3% across the board. That is nice.
What in the world was that racket? Is everything all right? How in the world did that happen? Really? Perhaps the amulet is important somehow. Is there some way you can use it?
Yeah, sounds like he's just telling you to put it on.
Do you see that? Some kind of resonance. You and the wall. It must be connected to the amulet. I wonder, what effect might your spells have?
Let's see what this does. Ha! You can do it with any spell. That's cool.
Please be careful here. The site isn't entirely secured. Until next time.
I'll be amazed if we find anything useful here. I see. It probably doesn't even matter now, what with the mess that's been made in here. I'll add this to the rest of the items. I don't think there's anything further I need from you. Until next time.
Alright, so yeah, he took all the 3 rings off me, which is fine. But oh darn it, where'd that? He went in. He just went ahead of you.
I'm not sure what to expect here. Well, would you look at that? This appears to lead somewhere. Let's see where it goes.
Famous last words. Anyway, let's just do a quick save real quick. Alright, so what I'm going to need... it's a pity he took that ring. It's fine, no, they were garbage stuff anyway. Let's see... Equip that. Oh, right, I don't need to do that yet.
Hold, mage, and listen well. Know that you have set in motion a chain of events that cannot be stopped. Judgment has not been passed, as you had no way of knowing. Judgment will be passed on your actions to come, and how you deal with the dangers ahead of you. This warning is passed to you because the Psijic Order believes in you. You, mage, and you alone, have the potential to prevent disaster. Take great care, and know that the Order is watching.
Yeah.
I swear I felt something rather strange just then. What just happened? I'm afraid I didn't see anything. Can you tell me more about what you saw? The Psijic Order? Are you quite sure about that? That's very odd. And danger ahead? Why, that doesn't make any sense at all. The Psijics have no connection to these ruins, and no one's seen any of their order in a long time. Perhaps we should take a look inside these coffins. Now, please do be careful. Who knows what we're going to find?
Let's not say we did, okay?
They were a group of mages with a history that predates the Empire. Very powerful, very secretive. No one's seen them in well over 100 years. They vanished, along with their sanctuary on the Isle of Artaeum. I have no idea what connection they'd have to this place.
Yeah, by their island disappearing is that basically they literally made it disappear. The Psijics are actually that powerful. Their understanding of magic is to such a degree that they can literally cause things to just disappear. I mean, case in point, like that right there, that's an example of the minor parlor tricks they can do. The fact that they can actually stop time itself and basically create a sort of space, if you will, that basically only you and the Psijic member basically are aware of. Their understanding of magic is on a whole other tier than any other place in Skyrim. And any other place in all of Tamriel. Even the College of Winterhold is mere children to them.
I have no idea, but it's fascinating. Assuming it's true, of course. The Isle of Artaeum disappeared over 100 years ago, and no one has seen them since. And yet now, suddenly, they've chosen to contact you. Why, it's intriguing. If nothing else, I'd take it as a compliment. The Psijics have only ever dealt with those they feel worthy.
Yeah, I'll bet. Anyway, so we're just gonna hold it off right here. I mean, I understand that basically this was mostly just banter, if you will. But I promise in the next episode we'll basically we'll actually show some actual combat apart from just fighting a stupid wolf. It's just basically, you know, I just wanted to get this out of the way just because of the fact that this dungeon is kind of long, so to speak, and we kind of face a really powerful mini-boss at the end, so I'd rather devote that to its own video and just basically get most of the lore out of the way for now. But until that time, though, this is Mega Wizard 79 bidding you all adieu.